Okay, so Wuthering Waves is now gearing up for the next character coming out, which is going to be Brant. Now, obviously, Brant has been a much anticipated character, and obviously many people are looking forward to seeing him, but one big factor that could actually help out his release is advertising. And now, as you know, on this channel, I like to talk about a lot about how Wuthering Waves actually advertises their game, advertises some of their characters, advertises some of their updates, and even more to see how they're actually doing. And what actually seems like we have a new post on analytics about the advertisement of Wuthering Waves over on their Twitter page, which has been actually very useful in finding out what has actually done well and what hasn't done so well at all, and kind of giving us a look at some of the future projections we could see for some of the characters that are coming out, because again, there is some very interesting information on there, which we're going to go through all in this video and kind of explain how Wuthering Waves' advertising is at the moment, some ways they can fix it, and also what we can expect to see in the coming future. Before I get into this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, guys. Do enjoy it, and also go to GameSubs, use my code CASA, get 10% off. Again, they've got a ton of really cool stuff over there, so I definitely recommend going over there, checking them out. Again, you get 10% off just by using my code CASA. Go over there, take a look, and let's get back into the video. So this post actually came across over on r/Wuthering Waves, and this is actually from this user called Ofer. Now, obviously, I actually looked at a previous post from them, actually compiling some of the data over from wuwa Tracker, which was very useful, and I really hope that they do carry on doing this, because again, it gives us a really good look at how well some of these posts are doing. Now this is entirely based off of their Twitter traffic. This isn't based off anything else. This isn't based off their YouTube. This isn't based off their TikTok, their Instagram, or whatever. This is entirely based off of Twitter. Now, obviously, you can see here the most viewed Twitter posts globally. So obviously, let's just start with number one, because it's the most obvious, is the Yinlin Resonator Showcase. Now, obviously, I think a lot of people do need to realize that this initial release was actually massive, and that Yinlin and Jian were actually two of the biggest characters, and are still some of the biggest characters in terms of popularity, especially in terms of the, you know, Resonator Showcase, everything like that. Now, obviously, yeah, Yinlin is at number one above the actual release trailer for Wuthering Waves, which actually surprised me. Obviously, she was a very popular character, and when a lot of people actually kind of revealed a lot of her kit and everything like that early on before the game actually came out, people were very excited for her, and I think that is why a lot of the hype actually built up, and that's all thanks to her, which again is great. And obviously, yeah, the Wuwa release trailer is just below with 11 million as well. Obviously, it's a difference probably in like the thousands or something like that, which again is still really good to see. Obviously, 11 million views is really great for Wuthering Waves over on Twitter. Obviously, you know, that was obviously higher over on YouTube as well. And then we go down to Jian Resonator Showcase, which is 9.6 million, and then it's the Zhang Yao Resonator Showcase, which I was kind of surprised about. Obviously, I think this is to do with the news of him being a free character, so a lot of people were actually going to go check him out. We're actually going to go see what he's all about, which again, I feel like the trailer was actually a pretty good one, which, you know, obviously excited a lot of people. Then it was Jin Shi, which obviously she's one of the most powerful characters in the game, even to this day, which means, yeah, obviously a lot of people are very excited to see her. I feel like there is a little bit of trend in terms of popularity and also character strength in this kind of list. And then, because, you know, Shorekeeper is up next with 4.9 million, and obviously she is a very strong character in terms of support, and, you know, she's one of the best supports, if not the best support at the moment that is currently out. And obviously, yeah, people were very excited for her, and also her design was really good as well. Then it goes to Zhezhe. I was kind of surprised by Zhezhe. I didn't think she was that popular, but obviously she has been a pretty, you know, big part in terms of characters. She matches up great with characters like Jinshi and Carlotta, meaning that she works with a lot of teams, which again is really good to see. Then we obviously got the Changli Resonator Showcase, which is 3.9 million, and then the Carlotta Resonator Showcase, which is 3.9 million as well, which again is really good to see, because it means that this has actually already gone up to 3.9 million just from the Rinascita update. You got to bear in mind that all of these other ones, you know, the Yinlin Resonator Showcase, the Wuwa release trailer, these have had time to cook ever since the release of the game. These have been there ever since the release. Whereas, you know, some of these other ones, like Carlotta's one, you know, it hasn't actually been there for that long, and it's already pulling numbers like Changli was, which again is really good to see. And then obviously below that is from Rinascita, Zany. So this was the Zany release, I think, or the Zany like drip marketing, whatever you want to call it. That was very popular. It's going to be very interesting to see where her Resonator Showcase actually fits into this list, because I feel like it's definitely going to be up there with one of the highest. I know a lot of the hype for Cantarella has kind of died down, a lot of the hype for Zany, but she's still a very popular character, and a lot of people are very excited for her as well. Now obviously we go over to the version 1.1 story cinematic trailer, and the version 1.3 trailer are the ones below that, which again makes sense because they're a new version. People were excited for it, and again, it's really good to see. Now obviously there's people in the comments saying like Zany's Resonator Showcase is going to break 15 mil, mark my words, and everything like that, which again is great to see. And obviously, as I said, Wuthering Waves has been trying to step up the advertising quite a bit, and Twitter is just another showcase of that. Obviously they do have another side for JP, but honestly I don't really care too much about JP. Obviously the release trailer did very well. A lot of the posts were a little bit lower in terms of numbers because obviously it's less people, but but just in JP, that's actually pretty good. 6.6 million compared to 11 million globally. You know, that's actually kind of good for JP, and it means that JP have actually been really enjoying Wuthering Waves at the moment. But yeah, Twitter posts are just one way that Wuthering Waves actually advertises their game, and I feel like it's a really good way of them doing it. But I feel like there is a little bit more that they should be adding, and obviously I talk about this every single time on my advertising kind of videos and everything like that, is that I want to see more animated kind of videos and more kind of separate trailers that aren't to do with a character resonator showcase, because at the moment it seems like there is a set style, and you can definitely tell by this report as well, there is a set style of resonator showcase or a release trailer for a, you know, version or just the start of the game in general. Now obviously, yeah, it would be nice to see something a little bit out of this and a little bit different, that wasn't just a resonator showcase, that maybe came out at a random time that nobody was expecting, because again, they're really great to see. And as I said, you know, it's one of the good things that Hoyoverse actually does, is create these special little trailer things which get people really excited for the game. And I feel like, you know, it's really good to add into a space like this where maybe there's a little bit of a down period, especially after the massive highs of Rinascita. So having like a little kind of animation, even if it is about the upcoming character like Brant or anything like that, or even some of the characters in the future, it would be really nice to see and kind of add to the lore of Rinascita overall, because obviously a lot of people are trying to pump out a lot of lore content for Wuthering Waves, and you know, it's really great to see. But a lot of the lore content does kind of preside around like kind of theories and everything like that, which is great, and obviously a lot of people really enjoy doing that, but it just means that there isn't that much kind of stuff in Wuthering Waves yet for them to really dig themselves into, and things like trailers and animated shorts and stuff like that can really help out in terms of adding that little bit of extra stuff to get the lore people going, which I think is going to be really great, and that'll help out even more creators to get into the space. So hopefully they can do that in the future, and that they find a company that is capable of doing that. And I feel like that is why, you know, one of the reasons why they haven't done it yet. Obviously Hoyoverse have companies like Hoyo Anime and stuff like that which can actually do it, and you know, do it quickly, and you know, it's all under the same company. Whereas I feel like Kuro Games, I don't know if they actually have a division like that yet, but hey, you have to let me know down in the comments if they do. But it would be nice to see if they had something like that, you know, come to Kuro Games as well, meaning that they could pump out these animated trailers pretty quickly and actually get, you know, people excited for some other stuff that is coming to the game, or just excited about the overall world of Wuthering Waves as it is right now, because again, it'll be very interesting. And you know, it's not like Wuthering Waves does not want to advertise. As I showed off with this article here in a previous video, they're actually the 15th most advertised game over on iOS, which again is absolutely crazy. And you know, they've definitely been stepping up what they've been doing in terms of, you know, advertising and promoting to a lot of people, not just on Twitter, but literally everywhere. And I feel like it would just be a positive bonus for us to get animated kind of stuff and, you know, different kind of advertising, which is just a little bit different. Obviously they did quite a bit for version 2.0, which was very exciting, but I feel like it just wasn't enough. I thought that the advertising itself was great and it did its job, but I feel like we could get a little bit more creative of it and replace some of the current methods that we have at the moment with some more interesting methods, which I think is going to be great for the future of Wuthering Waves in general. But it does prove that, you know, these kind of showcases do work. It got 11 million Yinlin's Resonator showcase, which again is really great to see. And it's just great to see that overall Wuthering Waves has been doing really well with the advertising, and they've actually been trying to push it quite a lot, especially with this iOS stuff, because again, it does help out the game quite a bit. Now obviously we haven't had any more news about anything to do with the advertisement of Wuthering Waves, so again, I have to keep you guys updated if anything does change, if anything does happen. Obviously I'll probably be reacting to it first, because again, it'll be very surprising if they do actually release anything. But again, it just does seem like advertising and just adding a couple of like new events and stuff like that is going to be the thing that keeps people going throughout these periods where maybe there is a little bit less going on. Obviously we do have Brant coming out very soon. It might actually be already out by the time this video comes out, I'm not sure yet. But again, sometimes a character isn't enough to keep it going. We saw that in version 1.0, and I don't want this to be a repeat of version 1.0, but it seems like the Phoebe kind of update was actually pretty big with the whole fishing event and everything like that, so I feel like it has carried this kind of version of 2.1, and hopefully we do get even more content over in 2.2, because again, they've teased quite a lot of stuff, especially with Cantarella and everything like that, so hopefully we do see a little bit more coming to the game. Yeah, that's about all I got for this video. If you guys did enjoy it, then don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and let me know down in the comments what you guys think about this. Do you think that, you know, they do need a little bit more advertising, and did you expect any of these kind of Resonator showcases to be on top in terms of the advertising on Twitter or not? Because again, I wasn't really expecting Yinlin to be on top. I thought some of the new Rinascita stuff would be a little bit higher, but hey, I feel like they are doing very good, and I think that 11 million views on a Resonator showcase is absolutely crazy, and hopefully they can keep improving this kind of stuff in the future. Yeah, that's all I got, and I'll see you guys in the next one. That's all. See ya.